Today we will be analyzing a song and lyrics that can be very mysterious, puzzling, almost like when you're listening to the song, you're traveling through a maze. So stick around as we go through this maze and we find out exactly what this song means. Today we will be analyzing the song and lyrics of the Eagles' Hotel California, and you won't want to miss what I have to say about this song. This will be a long one, but I am sure the Eagles fans or anyone who has wondered what this song is about will be completely satisfied by the end of this video. I dedicate this analysis to my Uncle Bob, my father's best friend, a desperado who lived life in the fast lane and took it to the limit, who loved the Eagles and was taken from this world. Although you are already gone, I wish you the best of my love, and I want you to know you are not alone. To take it easy, and I wish you peace. Rest in peace, Uncle Bob. There is a lot of talk out there on what this song is actually about, the picture it portrays, the story it tells. First, I will express what Don Henley himself and the Eagles have said about the meaning behind this song. But after that, I will express what I think, solely about the song and the lyrics and why I feel that way, trying to show proof in patterns throughout the song and lyrics. I have had many people ask me to tackle this song, as in the music world, it stands as a tall mystery. Even Angela Lansbury would have no chance of solving it. We'll start with what Don Henley and the Eagles themselves have said about this song. Glenn Frey said that originally we decided to create something strange, just to see if we could do it, and that the song was meant to mimic the imagery of a 1965 novel called The Magus by John Fowles, about a man in an unfamiliar rural setting who is unsure about what he is experiencing. Don Henley said that the song was meant to be more of a symbolic piece about America in general, and added, lyrically, the song deals with traditional or classical themes of conflict, darkness and light, good and evil, youth and age, the spiritual versus the secular. I guess you could say it's a song about the loss of innocence. And Don Henley later said, it's basically a song about the dark underbelly of the American dream, about excess in America, which is something we knew a lot about. The hotel itself could be taken as a metaphor, not only for the myth-making of the Southern California, but for the myth-making that is the American dream, because it is a fine line between the American dream and the American nightmare. That is all the official statements from the Eagles I could find on this song. I will try my best to formulate my thoughts into words to best help you understand my explanations. Now, before we get into this fully, I want to explain what I see and feel about this entire song. I see the entire song as a metaphor, from the title to the concept and all the lyrics within it, as another layer of metaphor to display the superb writing skills. Now, I don't think anyone can deny, especially with the lyrics in the song, and the parallels, in a sense, between the hotel being a heaven and hell setting, or even a purgatory, in a sense, that is found within the human life when life just becomes too good, or is too bad. Almost like an addiction, so once you get there, it is like death to leave the place. The parallels of life and death, good and evil, light and dark, and elements of the place being a heaven of sorts, but also a hell of sorts, is the most prominent concept of this song, being the hotel itself. Within all of these metaphors in the song, all of them are also referring to the American culture, the superstar rock star life, the music industry, social culture at the time, etc. But there are many layers and meanings within this song, which is why this song is so popular, because the hotel rings true as a place most of us humans can end up, as an innate fear. More importantly, I believe also this song has to do a lot with the psychology of the mind and how anyone on the path of life can end up at the hotel. Being scared and confused to maintain our egos, the lines between life and the hotel become blurred. Now I have explained that, let's get into the lyrics.
On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air.
Colitos is a word that has overtaken all Google searches for what it means, and there are many ideas out there on what these lyrics mean. There seem to be three more prevalent thoughts. Colitas, a Native American herb called colitas by the Native Americans. As well, there is a Spanish slang word, colitas, meaning little tails, referring to a woman's buttocks or the conas of the marijuana plant. As much as I can see a metaphor of a woman's buttocks, I don't think the warm smell quite fits. As this song is taking us into a place of, say, a different world and imagination, I have to side with the colitas, meaning marijuana, driving down the highway in a convertible, smoking a joint.
Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim.
These lyrics are very important for understanding the concept of the hotel we are about to find. Yes, the shimmering light is just the hotel's lights in the darkness, but I don't think anyone can deny how similar these lyrics sound to the dark tunnel and going towards the light during death. The head gets heavy line I see as not having a choice to go towards the light. The head getting heavy, falling, no thought or action, and just moving towards the light with blurred vision. The thought of being forced towards the light by the heavy head only enforces the death metaphor here.
I had to stop for the night. As she stood in the doorway, I heard the mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven, this could be hell.
In these lyrics, we get our first introduction to the thoughts of the character arriving at the hotel, seeing the gatekeeper in the doorway and hearing the mission bell upon his arrival is reminiscent of St. Peter and the gates of heaven. With the lyrics, this could be heaven or this could be hell, the metaphor is very vaguely explained to us.
Then she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor, I thought I heard them say.
The voices heard in the hook can almost be viewed as within the mind of the character entering the hotel, contemplating what the hotel is.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Ready a room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find.
And what is the hotel? A welcoming place? Plenty of room for anyone who wants to indulge in what the hotel has to offer. Good or bad, light or dark, an indulgence into the soul of the person entering the hotel, revealing their true self, and if the hotel is where they truly want to be. And then we get the second verse.
Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys that she calls friends.
Tiffany twisted means a mind twisted or intertwined with materialism and status, a slang term adapted from the high price of the Tiffany Jewelry Company Twist line of jewelry, showing any woman wearing it was of a higher material status. I think the rest is self-explanatory. Now we see the character being led through the hotel, seeing others who have arrived there, in their own heaven or hell purgatory of sorts, indulging in their every want and vice.
How they dance in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget.
These lines are very powerful and show us a little more of what the hotel is. It is almost a relation to life and the freedom of choices we may have. Some dancing to remember their life before they arrived at the hotel. Some so lost and enthralled with the life inside the hotel, they don't even want to remember their life before they arrived.
So I called up the captain. please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say.
The Captain lyrics are another set of puzzling lyrics that many people talk about. Don Henley has even been criticized about these lyrics. So I called up to the Captain, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. Because spirits and wines are made by two different processes, but there is more to these lines, I think, metaphor-wise, and maybe on a more personal level with Don Henley. I believe the lyrics, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969, is a metaphor maybe for Don Henley himself, or maybe even the Eagles as a band. Being started in 1970, they lost their souls before entering the world of rock and roll, and maybe even ended up at the front doors of the hotel at the same time. We get back to the hook after these lyrics, so we will move on to verse 3.
Mirrors on the ceiling, they pink champagne on ice. And she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device.
Another small hint to what Hotel California is. Being prisoners, being held by ourselves. I believe the word device was used here to symbolize our vices as humans, whatever they may be, with each individual.
And in the master's chambers, they're gathered for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast.
These very graphic lyrics show a massive metaphor, not just telling the story within the hotel, but also a double metaphor for the masters of, say in this case, maybe the music industry. But I think we could extend this metaphor to the masters of our world, the rich that use their money. In one sense, we can see the beast as the devil. All the evil that comes from the money made in the music industry or the world. Despite the suffering caused, the masters have unleashed the beast. Being fueled by itself now, the masters have no control over the beast and couldn't stop it, even if they wanted to. Following this metaphor, I see the Steely Knives lyric as a diss towards the band Steely Dan, which I know the Eagles did have a rivalry with back in the day. The Steely Knives being a metaphor for the masters throwing bad music at the music industry. But even with the bad music, that can't even stop the beast, the Steely Knives stabbing it. The bad music can't stop the beast.
Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before.
After seeing the horrific scene within the master's chamber, our character realizes it is time to leave this hotel as soon as possible.
Relax, said the night man. We are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
The ending lyrics to the song leaving us all wondering what the Hotel California was, and knowing it was more than we thought from our first time hearing the song. With these lyrics, I think they are putting forth the importance of not reaching this place in your life. Once reached, the mind and ego will not be able to accept anything less, and the only way to leave the hotel is through suicide or checking out. As well, most likely highlighting this issue within the minds of all stars and celebrities with infinite money and fame. There is nothing left to do but indulge in your vices, enter the hotel, and never get to leave unless through suicide. After explaining all of this, I see so much more within the metaphors of this song, and I see the metaphors extending further outside of the original concept of the hotel to life, death, the mind, our psychology, and our want to find this heaven of sorts. Or could it be hell? And you know I will be back as the beats of our heart and the lyrics of our soul play on forever. Thank you for watching. Bye.